Hello, welcome back to Bensushi Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at this node setup that I created. Basically, this is more like kind of like a graphic design kind of setup. We have grid of lines, which is actually made of a lot of grid and a lot of different lines with different length. So it should be pretty simple, right? It is actually really simple, but the way if we try to create this from scratch, you will see the whole process is actually quite interesting to study. So I have a bit of monad here and also another plane. This is a grid that's kind of duplicates the monad. Inside the monad is actually pretty simple, just a plane with a center poly and then like a line that's being vectorized on the fly. So I think I'll start from scratch because it's more interesting this way. So this is a grid lines demo 0001. Go to compositing, Sverchok, and for this one, I need to make the background fully white so we can see it like that, and go to the top view and orthographic. So we can start with a grid. A grid is a plane and connected to viewer draw. By default, we have this just a single plane. I'm gonna hide the grid floor. Actually, I cannot. Let's see. I can make a bunch of grid. Let's make it like 11 by 11. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 100 polygon face. That's where we can kind of instance a bunch of lines. So for that, we just need a center polygon nodes. Just get the center of every polygon face here. And then use it to generate line. Should be pretty easy. And create a line, plug it in, and we can see here. Let me try just look at it this way. Get rid of the grid line. Actually display only render and make this line black. Okay, so we have this kind of getting there, but we just need to center it. So the nice thing about this, the center polygons matrix is actually diagonal. I don't know why, but it's just the way it is. So let's go back to the top view so it's easier to see and make this edge a bit thicker. Okay, so now we have our setup. So we can control this. So we can have like really short lines or really long one, and now it's becoming just like a stripes. So that's kind of okay. We can use matrix apply and then just turn it into a single object. And if we bake it, it's just gonna be a single object. Let me show you. Right? Let's turn on only render. Let's play a little bit with this. If we have like another grid plane and then make it like that, we can have multiple of these lines. Let's say we want to randomize the lines, and let's use a float. If we use a split here, list split, we can see a bunch of lines and they are all randoms. This might be what you want, but this might not be what you want. But this is kind of cool, just a cool idea. You can actually split and then you get this interesting vectorized result. Perhaps you want to have like a more organized line, so each group have the same length of lines. So you can do that pretty easily. For that, you just need to have turn this into a monad. So from this bunch of nodes, Even though it's really simple, we're just gonna turn it into a monad. Select these guys and Control G. Now we have a monad, and we just need one attribute, which is the step, the length of the line, and then that's it. We can go back to the top view and then name it my line, and we have control over the step. We also have control over the matrix. So now if you use a plane, plug into the matrix, let's make it 8 by 8, increase this here. You have this interesting design, like old school computer graphics. Make it simple, 5 by 5, have a little bit of gap. Here we can use random number, plug this into the step, and turn on vectorize, turn on split. So that's like the magic. The vectorize and the split, this is actually a really powerful concept. I often do this in a couple of my live noding. Let's make it 40 variations of lines. Some can be longer, some shorter. And if you like, you can randomize the position of this line. It's kind of interesting, and that will make this kind of design. This is actually the idea. I saw this similar design on Reddit, I think on the generative group. So we have 40 variations of this guy, and then we can easily randomize it. If you like, you can go inside and then increase the number of line grid if you like. Now we have this kind of really messy artwork. I prefer to have it like this. We can still have control over the grid. It's kind of interesting. This is something that you might want to create using program like processing. It's actually, if I have time to learn this program called processing once again, there's a lot of concepts that I have learned using Blender and nodes that I could apply on processing. I think that could be interesting. But if you're a Blender user, I know this is like kind of weird. Why do you want to do this in a 3D software? Because this is, I don't know, this is how you create art, I guess. This is more like 2D, right? But you can always replace the line with anything. Go back into monad. This line, you can replace it with a icosphere or a cylinder. Icosphere is going to be pretty heavy though. It's a, let's see anyway what you're going to get. Do we get nothing, or go up and, okay, maybe we need to have face. There you go. This is the icosphere version. Obviously the sphere size need to be adjusted and remapped, but you get the idea. It can be anything. It's just a play of number, but at this stage, you know. So yeah, that's a quick look at how you can create this kind of grid of grids of anything, basically. Hopefully this is useful for you at any stage. Maybe you need to create something like this. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.